in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. It's a quarterback sneak. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He'll return it from the 6. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
That's trash.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mariota. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards. Shy of the 20 at the 18.
A 1-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Set. Line. Mike, number 53. Three. Blue there.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Rashawn Gary able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Dobbs got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check nickel. Check 4. Watch the eye.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Mariota to throw it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on second and 16. Dobbs, a screen to Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 36. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Check 9, check 9.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To the air again, Mariota. That one into the hands of Hamilton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good headed scheme going.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 seconds.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Mariota now. He's going to let this go. Back of the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, arguably, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one 28 yards on the ground. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Edmonds. And an alley to run. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Dobbs. Pass incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. From the 16, Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. David Njoku as the 1st half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here, Mariota. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff looking right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
A first down throw for Mariota. Open man here is Hamilton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 37.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Marcus Mariota, his first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point by Mar, up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it. Under two. West. Short. Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
Throwing on third and long. Dobbs got some real estate inside the 30. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 26. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Back to throw Dobbs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They try again with Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Packers 15, Broncos 7.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You got nothing in there.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On play action, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll give this to Bell running right. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Right here. 43. 43. Check. 43. I got it. Put up.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Finding Gabriel complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
SOS. Watch out.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Check 15. Check 6. Watch out for Griffin.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Edmonds. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Let's go. H3.
Now Edmonds. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This to make it a 2-score game. Badgley's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were performance.